Hi, my name is Skip and I'm with Phil's Boards. I live here in Southern California and I've been making cornhole boards like this and all the other ones that you see behind me for about 5 or 6 years now. Over the years, I've used many different types of sanders and sandpapers. Around 2001, I found this company called SurfPrep and started using their products. And slowly, about a year later, I was all into SurfPrep. I love their 3x4. I'm about to get a 5-inch ray sander and I'm really excited about that. But today I just wanted to kind of show you around my shop a little bit and maybe talk a little bit about the sanders. Around 2001, I picked up the SurfPrep 3x4. I started using that for the edges and the inside of the hole. I like it because the artwork that I do on these boards is very delicate. I don't want to mess with the edges, but I do want a nice, crisp, clean line around them. The 3x4 with the Pro Foam allows me to get right up close to those edges without messing with my artwork on the top of the board. With the 3x4 sander, when I got it, I already had a vacuum from Festool. The nice thing about that drew me to this is that they had an adapter that I could easily hook up my sander right to it. So it was just a quick add-on piece that I had to buy from SurfPrep as well. Some of the other things that I liked about it is I like how it fits in my hand. I like how light it is, that it doesn't make my arm vibrate like a lot of other sanders. A lot of the motion comes right here. I don't know how they do it, but it doesn't wear my arm out. I can sand for a good amount of time without getting tired. SurfPrep sells this variety pack, which I have here, and it basically has all the different Pro Foams in there at all the different grits, but the one that I really like to use is this very fine. And you can see here they printed on there, even though it's very fine, they printed on there that it's 280 to 320 grit sandpaper, which makes it super easy to understand exactly what grit you're looking at. I like this grit because I just want to I want to be able to scuff up my clear coat in order to have the clear coat stick to it. It fits nice on the sander. You've got 6 holes. It pulls the dust through and it doesn't get into your lungs as much. And it does a great job keeping the product clean. So this board has already had a couple coats of clear on it. If I try to put another coat of clear on this, it's not going to stick that well. So what I want to do is I want to scuff it up with that 320 like we talked about, the very fine 10mm pad, and I'll go over the entire board, and in about 10 seconds it's ready to put another coat of clear on. So a lot of my boards I like to stain them. It's really my favorite part of doing this whole thing. Getting them printed is nice, but the hand staining is really cool. With this Baltic birch, the wood grain pops through. I'll do the darker colors and then I'll do the lighter colors on them. And I'll pull the stencil off one piece at a time. And I think it just makes it more like a nice piece of art. So the first thing that I'll do is before I put any artwork on it is I'll sand it with their very fine, which is like a 320 sandpaper. The board's already flat, so all I'm really doing at that point is knocking down any kind of hairs or something like that, my fibers that are coming up from the board. Then I'll lay the artwork down and then I'll come through and put a clear coat on it. And once the clear coat is on it, what I need to do is the clear coat leaves kind of a rough, it kind of pops the grain almost like water. And what I'll do is I want to come through here and I'll flatten them all down. And what I have is a really nice flat surface ready to accept the next layer of clear coat. So after I do the whole top, I'll come through and I'll hit the inside of the hole and I'll go around the sides of the edges and stuff. And the 3x4 really makes it easy to get around all those edges. Again, not having to worry so much about the artwork. On smaller boards, it's much easier to do it by hand. For those, I use these rad pads. Just like the Pro Foam, they tell you exactly what the grit is. On this one, you can see here that this is a 280 to a 320. It's a very fine. So I'll go ahead and grab one of those. And I'll just get in here on this hole where maybe the sander or something like that wouldn't fit. And the Pro Foam is very comfortable to hold. and lasts a long time. I'll also sand it by hand on the deck if I want to, if I don't want to get the sander out or something like that. All I'm really trying to do is knock down all the grain. The SurfPrep sanding system is very dynamic. It comes with a lot of different things that most people might not know about, or what they actually do. Like this pad saver. What this does is this goes when you're sanding flat surfaces. This will go onto your 3x4 sander before you put on your white lightning paper, which is very inexpensive sandpaper. It's great for doing flat surfaces. What this pad saver does is it saves this red pad from heat. This is going to generate a lot of heat, and we don't want that transferring to the red. So it just kind of sits in between them, and it does a great job making your sander last a lot longer, and they're super inexpensive. It's very quick. You can see it's stripping off that lacquer really quickly. So one of the very first steps I do when I start up a cornhole board is I have to sand the top of the deck. For that, again, I grab my 3x4, but this time I've got a blizzard pad on there. The blizzard pad is a little different than the white lightning. It's a plastic base, so it doesn't break down, it doesn't tear as quickly. So I'll just sand the top of the deck, left to right, and I really just need one pass. The plywood's already flat. I'm just trying to break down that top layer of fibers. All right, so I've got my rad pads here. When I'm first starting a deck, before I do any artwork on it, I'm always using the rad pads in order to sand the inside of a hole. I give this a little bit more aggressively because this was cut out by a router and the edges are a little bit rougher. That's about all it needs. The nice thing about the rad pad is it's going to protect me a little bit more from splinters too. Baltic birch is known for giving real large splinters on the sides of the boards, and this pad is protecting me. I use SurfPrep sanding system from start to finish on my boards, and they come out perfect every time. I've got very happy customers. I like that the sanding system is lightweight. I like that it doesn't wear on my wrist too much while I'm using it. I can't say enough good things about the company, including their customer service.